KCuts now, more than 79 outlets.
Yep.
Total group holding, I think you have 200 over outlets.
That's right.
In Singapore.
Yes.
In the years from 2013 until now, have you ever lost money?
Oh yes, we did.
Have you ever closed a brand?
Yes, we did. Come 5 years, right? The CEO say, I think we want to do it ourselves. So they pay us a sum and ask us to step up. Even there's a beauty concept reported to Case that they are hard selling, and from a particular customer, they even collected 37,000.
Wow.
We don't do that to people.
Business owners that started as a technician, they always worry that they will train up people who become their competitors. How do owners that started as technicians break through this roadblock?
It's good that, people within your organization want to start something on their own. It means they have that entrepreneurial spirit. Chinese has a saying, right? 钱赚不完啦.
钱赚不完. The abundance mindset.
Yeah, that's right.
Meet the entrepreneur who redefined Singapore's real estate marketing landscape since 2017.
Melvin Lim!
You grow the company grows you.
The guy who almost went from bankruptcy to taking a small, dynamic team of 7 and grew with them into a media and real estate powerhouse, over 128 top-performing individuals. The mastermind behind MediaX, now a creative agency in Singapore's real estate sector. And this isn't just a theory. It's the hard truths every business owner needs to hear. Welcome to the Hard Truths on Business, the HTOB podcast with Melvin Lim.
Maybe let's start with because of the story, of course, your story is out there. A lot of people know about KCuts, and of course that's like more of the main punch in the market when you first pivoted from your events business. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's right.
Right. And the interesting thing is that yourself with your co-founders, you're all accountancy background.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
now you're in the beauty business, the hair business.
Yes.
Right. KCuts now, more than 79 outlets.
Yep.
Total group holding, I think you have 200 over outlets.
That's right.
In Singapore.
Yes.
Let's talk about KCuts, because I realized that your strategy was very clear from the start. You wanted to differentiate, see how to value add a gap in the market.
That's right.
How did this idea of the Korean concept came about, starting with KCuts?
Sure, let me share. Yeah, thank you so much for having me here. So in 2013, we actually started KCuts because we recognized there was a gap in the market. And so the gap back then was that, we went to then the quick cuts available. There were 2 incumbents, and the wait was very long. And we realized, right, back then, that you have to literally queue up. There were no digital numbering system. That kind of like, if you buy a ticket, back then, all tickets are physical tickets. The paper ticket, you're given a physical queue number.
Right.
And then what happened is that you literally just have to wait for your turn. Yeah. So what we did was that we actually came out with the queue number. So the incumbents, right, they have been around for more than 10 over years. Very successful in their own rights. They had more than 30 outlets each, but they do not have the numbering system. And so we saw the gap and we came in and we say, hey, another reason also because back then, we wanted to pivot from our event business. Our event business was very much, you have to pitch for the deals, right? After the year, even though you have done a very good project for your clients, you still have to pitch for next year project. And back then we were doing very well because, we gotten projects like, the shopping malls, the renovation, and as well as the decorations. We were handling the festive decors. Yeah. But year in, year out, we have to pitch for the deals. And usually, right, cash flow is a little bit challenging. Yeah. Because you have to wait until the end of the project after you have dismantle everything. And then you still have to wait for a few more months before you collect the balance payment. And that's where normally your profits resides. Yeah. And also because back then the government was saying that, hey, we're going to increase the population size from then 5 million to 6.9, the target, in 2030. So with that in mind, we say, hey, let's do a business that, it's scalable, that is cash basis, has good margin, and, we're able to ride a trend because of the growing population.
I realized this 4 main factors was found in some of your interviews and articles. Is firstly, any business you want to go into, it has to be a cash business. That means the cash flow must be good.
For now, yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah, because cash is king, right? And it gives you the liquidity for, the business to do well.
Right. So it's the first factor when I read upon some of the articles is cash. Number 2 is it must be scalable. Number 3 is it must be able to make a profit. Number 4 is that it must ride on the trend.
That's right.
Where do you learn these 4 principles from? Or was it like through your years of experience running the event space and like?
Okay. So what happened was that, me and my 2 business partners, so we thought we need to come up with a framework to agree upon, right? Yeah, because we have ideas all over the shop.
Okay.
Yeah, like different ideas, different concepts and say,
were these 2 co-founders already in the event business?
oh yes, I mean, we have been business together. I mean, this is our 23 years together by God's grace. Yeah.
Wow. So it's like after you graduated together?
No, while we were in school, we started business.
Wow. Started the events business already.
Printing, advertising and event.
Okay, okay. So back to the framework, you guys were like brainstorming about the next business.
Yes,
okay, yeah.
yes.
What was the agreement on this framework or like?
So in our past business, right, like I mentioned earlier, that you have to wait for your balance payment to collect your profit, right? So we felt that kind of, because we were very much in the B2B business. So B2B business usually have this, cash flow issues as your project size goes bigger. So I was just giving, let me share some example, right? So back then when we tendered for a project, one of the biggest scale project that we did was at one point in time, we handled like 11 shopping malls, their festive deco. So we had to, my art director, my design team and the project partner, right, had to pitch for the projects. Then after we gotten the project, that was somewhere, we pitched in July. They award us in August. We have to start sourcing, buying all the Christmas and deco stuff, mostly from China. And then we got to ship it in. We have to find a place to store it. We have to get ready all our, certifications, the PE certs, the equipments needed for all the cranes, to get all this installation done. So you can imagine the whole process, right? And usually shopping malls, right, they only allow you to do the deco, at night. And you have to get ready your workers. Where do you find extra subcons to support you to make sure you can deliver by latest mid-November? Because they would love to have their decos up for at least a month until Christmas. Yeah, before they, you pivot the design and concept to CNY. Yeah, right. So the whole process is very long and you can only collect back your balance payment. I mean, they do give you a deposit. Right. Yeah, but the balance payment where most of your profit resides is only a month or 2 after the 15th day of the CNY, right? After you tear down.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the deposit you hold is also for your subcon.
Oh, and materials as well. You have to pay and
pre-purchase.
You have to buy. And then, when you cross CNY, your workers also expect a bonus. Right. Yeah. And they have work hard, to get the project up. Okay. And they look forward to bonus.
So you felt that in the event business that you were in, the money is tied up in the business and the profit is only coming at the back. That's right. Yeah. So
it's not cash basis. And then, another business point that I want to make is the repeat business, right? Yeah, repetitive, right? It's important because for this, like for example, this project that we garnered, next year we have to pitch again. And there is no guarantee that you'll get it next year. But as you build your team, what happens?
Your fixed cost.
Your fixed cost is high. You have to support, the labor cost. Yeah.
Right. So why is it that you want to go into the hair business? How do you identify that this fulfills cash, scalability, profit, as well as a trend? Which the trend is the Korean trend.
Yeah, back then it was a Korean trend.
Right. Why not other businesses?
Why not other business? Okay, I think, when we studied the different business model out there, we felt that this is a business that we can do because the setup, it's not complicated. It can systemize it very easily. It's unlike, F&B. People say F&B is very challenging because sometimes F&B can be very chef dependent. Yeah. So for us, right, I think if you can find good stylists, all right, decent stylists, and you provide training to them, they are able to do the job because it's just mere cutting only. There isn't other skills involved like, the perming, the coloring, the treatment, So quick cut in terms of the range of haircuts that you can do within a 10 minutes time period is also rather limited. Right. So it's actually a lot easier to scale it.
Okay. Now you have hair studio Apujong.
Yeah, we have Apujong, Myeongdong,
Clippers, barber.
Kalaks, yeah. clippers.
Hanbang Skin Solutions.
Yes.
James
We have
Barker
9
Barber.
brands, yes.
9 brands. KCuts, K-Skin, Kerlux, Hair Studio, Myodong,
Yeah. So
and Smooth Skin.
how we normally categorize, right? It's the 2 verticals currently. Yeah. The verticals are hair and beauty. So for hair, right? Let's talk about the quick cut barbering. We have 3 brands. So KCuts, we have 79 outlets. We have Clippers Barber. We currently have 44 outlets. And Clippers Barber was started right after the COVID period. We started in 2021. And by the grace of God, you know, in about 4 years, we actually hit 44, which is rather amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and we have James Barker. James Barker was a concept that we started just before COVID. We started in December 2019. Yeah, because we felt that, since we are in the quick cut space, let's go into the barbering space. But we were thinking, you know, back then also, right? Because the malls are a little bit more guarded in terms of their tenancy mix. They didn't want another quick cut or barber equivalent back then. That was before COVID. And so we say, let's go for something a little bit more premium. So that was when we launched James Barker in December 2019. And if you can remember, right, recall, COVID hit somewhere in February 2020. And very shortly, it was DOSCON, you know, Orange and circuit breaker kicks in for a few months. And so it was very affected. It wasn't given really a chance to take off, right? Because it's located at Marina Bay Link Mall. And being at Marina Bay Link Mall means that we depend very much on the office workers, you know, the executive and the managers there to visit the business, right? So when it was locked down, everyone was working at home. And so we were like, oh, okay, what happened to that talent pool, right? We had we have a very good barber. In fact, he's still with us. Thank God for that. And so we sat down with him, say, you know, we want to pivot and we want to go into the mass market, right? So that was when we approached the landlord and they were ready then during COVID because many of the retail shops were not doing well and some of them were giving up. It was a Kairos moment, an opportunity for us to pitch again to them, and we told them barbering is really different from quick cut because we had our statistics, our data. We have been collecting data through our lucky draw. So we know our customer demographic pretty well. And so we realized that there were, there were missing gaps of opportunity. So some races, they don't go K-cuts because we recognize that they prefer a more stylish fade look, which quick cut, unfortunately, because of the 10 minutes, the Korean trend, the training, the equipment, our stylists were not able to provide that fade look as much as they would love to. Right? Yeah.
Going back to the business strategy point of view, there's this business strategy called category positioning.
Yes.
It is to sort of like go into a niche and target a specific gap in the market, own that category and scale the business.
That's right.
And looking at the strategy of KCuts back then, when you first launched KCuts 2013, there were already players in the market, right? The quick cut space.
That's right. There were 2, and very big ones.
Very big ones. And then you went in with the queue system, improve in terms of numbering, then quality. So that strategy in and of itself, would you call it really targeting at a specific category and then improving the business? Like, would you call it that? Or like, because I realized that once you went in, the scalability also was very quick, right? So how was that journey like into that category?
I mean, thank God for, the team. Thank God for the partners who trusted us. So for us, right, I mean, it's like, there's this book called The Long Tail, right? Chris Anderson, about niches and all that stuff. Yes, I mean, truth be told, right? I mean, what we innovated back then was not a lot compared to what we are doing now, right? Back then, the only innovation I would say, right, beside the training that we provide. So we got Korean stylists to come and provide training for our stylists. That's one. But because it's quick cut, right? Because it's 10 minutes quick cut, right? There's so little that, you
can innovate within it.
You can, in terms of the cutting style and all that stuff, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't want to
prolong more than 10 minutes for too long.
It's not the right model.
Right.
Yeah, because at the fee that you're charged, the value that you're creating, right? If you prolong it, initially we do have people coming to us and they want a very fanciful Korean style cut, right? We had to very nicely also tell them that maybe a Korean salon or a full salon will be better to meet their needs. So beside that, the other innovation was very much just a numbering queue system, which I don't think is very innovative now on hindsight. I mean, but back then, the two incumbents, the two players were not offering. Yeah, so I mean, we did innovate in some sense, but I think the real innovation happened the last few years, right? When we introduced the KCuts Co app itself. And so the KCuts Go app, right, was an idea that, that myself and my two business partners, we sat down and we really want to change the main number one problem in this business is queue. It's queue management because, we had issues during the COVID, circuit breaker. I remember there was a period, thankfully, haircut was still considered a necessity. So people could still do their haircuts for a period until the government issued a total lockdown. So there was also, I think, a month or two that no haircuts were allowed. So prior to that lockdown, you can imagine, right? The day before, the no service subsequently, the queue was crazy. Right. It was very, very crazy. Right. And we even had to, the security guard had to intervene at some malls to prevent people from scuffling and fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And also after which, when they lifted the lockdown measures, there were also, the rush for the haircut service. Yeah. So it was then also that we say, but back then we already had ideas to do this app. But the motivation came because of the lockdown.
I see.
And so we really have to solve this queue issue.
Okay.
And so with that, right, we thank God for the government. They are very supportive with digitization back then. I think they are still, right? And so we approached Enterprise Singapore and we have an account manager handling our case. And then we presented to her and her management the concept that we have. And we told them this will be the first in the world. There is no other quick cuts in the world that has our KCuts Go system. Yeah, because the app itself, because the app is not just the app for the consumer. Right. We are also creating a 4-in-1 system. So beside, the app for the consumer, we also plan to have an app for the stylist. Because another problem we had back then was that the stylist, right, had to collect the physical queue ticket. And then they have to tabulate and claim their commission. All right. So the keeping of the receipt, and then
the tracking,
the manual, and then also, right, at some locations, because of the manpower crunch, at times there were only one stylist on duty. But our stylists also need to go for their lunch break and toilet break, right? So when they go for their breaks, right, we have customer coming and say, hey, I make all the way down, and your shop is closed for the next 1 hour to 2. This is totally not a good experience. So we with the app, right, now when the stylists go for breaks, they are able to
hit a pause button.
Hit a pause and indicate what time they are leaving and what time they're coming back.
Right.
Yeah. So customers, when they go to the app, they're able to see, this shop currently is unmanned.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
And from a data positioning, from a HQ level, you can also look at data and numbers on a clearer basis.
And we are able to also, get real customer feedback, and measure every stylist and see, which stylists require some, training, be it in service or be it in skill. With the data collected.
I think the app is really interesting because my son go to KCuts.
Oh, thank you so much.
He likes to pay extra for favorite stylists.
Thank you so much. And my stylists, they are happy, because with the app and we give this preferred stylist. Of course, customers,
just a couple of dollars.
Some actually not very happy about it because previously, they could just wait at the door, and even though it's their turn, but because the next stylist
has been booked.
No, the next stylist that is supposed to serve them is not their favorite stylist.
Oh.
So they in the past, right? In the past, they could ask the guy behind him, please go ahead first. Until,
Okay.
his favorite stylist is back in
I see.
circulation, right? Then,
Okay.
he will go.
Walk in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back then, and then as much as some stylists are performing well, they are preferred, but Singaporeans don't have the habit of tipping, unlike the Americans, right? So yeah. So with this system, they have to pay a little bit more, but that amount collected is shared with the stylists as well. So the stylists feel very encouraged.
Right.
Yeah.
Going back to that first 6 years before
Yes.
COVID, 2013 to 2019, how did the scaling look like? When you first started in 2013 KCuts, when did the explosion came? Like maybe in the first, second, third year, how many outlets did you all have? Maybe walk us through.
Oh, the first 2 to 3 years was very tough because we approached the malls, the grade A malls especially.
And you had nothing. You got no portfolio,
we
no
had
brand.
one shop at Fusionopolis.
That was the first one.
That's our first one.
KCuts.
That's the first KCuts, right?
2013.
Yeah. And most of the malls don't consider that a mall. Yeah. So they say, we have current players. We don't need another quick cut. So we had to face the door of rejection. Yeah, but we keep pressing on. Yeah.
So you approached all the malls.
Oh.
Who approached the founders? Like
all of us.
everybody?
So back then we walked the ground because we were looking for spaces, right? So thick skin a bit. We went straight to the management office, sometimes without appointment. Yeah, because when you call in, when you email in, sometimes you may not get immediate reply lah.
Right. Because the malls are always looking for somebody with existing portfolio.
That's right. Because you must also understand, right, that the malls they want brands that can last. Right. So until and unless you have proven yourself, sometimes for the leasing executive to put up your name, to be considered, they are also sticking out their neck for you, right? I mean, their reputation, right? Yeah, unless you are a very established overseas brand, then of course, very easily they can say, hey, this is a proven concept, proven brand, to put up that name for consideration, it's quite no-brainer.
So how many malls turned you all down?
In fact, many. So at the start, we could only enter the grade B and grade C locations.
Okay.
Yeah, so the turning point came when there was this Brexit. Yeah, so Brexit happened somewhere in 2015 thereabout, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and there was suddenly a downturn in the retail space, right? And the pivoting moment was this particular shopping mall that already had 2 incumbents there. It's a pretty big size mall. So there were both the 2 players lah. And so to have the third one, it's really a tall order, right?
Right.
But it's a very good mall. It's very, very densely populated.
Okay.
And we really want to go in.
Okay.
And so what happened was that there was this bag shop, right opposite a small little bag shop, right? About 300 over square feet. And it was right opposite a bustling food court and right in front of the escalator. And so, and the bag shop went bust. So we saw the hoarding. Sorry, there wasn't even a hoarding then. They was just closed, right? And
so you always walk the ground?
We walk the ground.
Okay.
We walk the ground. Yeah.
You just keep hunting?
We keep walking.
Okay. Then you approach the management when you saw this?
We went straight and told them, hey, you have this space.
Okay.
Then they say, okay, but the rental, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's 5-figure.
Okay.
All right. And
for 300 square feet.
For 300 square feet, 5-figure. So we say, let's offer down, the partner lease. We have a partner wait lease, franchise partners, who have believed in us and came on and are on the wait list, right?
Okay.
So we offered down.
Right.
When everyone saw the asking 5-figure, they were all, no.
Okay.
This is too high an amount.
Right.
Yeah. We don't blame them, right? Because we are still not the biggest and we are not established yet. We had less than 10 then.
Okay.
Yeah. So
10 franchise partners.
No, 10 outlets.
10 outlets.
10 outlets, yeah.
So from 2013 to 2015, it was only 10.
Less than 10.
Less than 10.
Yeah.
Wow. For first 2 years, it was really struggling.
Was tough. But of course, we had our first business, the earlier business, right?
Right.
It's still ongoing.
Okay.
I
The
mean,
event is still
The
ongoing.
event,
Oh,
it was still ongoing.
While you start this like new thing.
That's right.
Then the first time, were there any in HDB shop houses and all that kind of stuff?
No. We didn't go into the HDB spaces.
You only want malls.
We only want malls because we learn from some business mentors who are in the retail space. They say if you want to really build a brand, you must really go into the malls. Yeah.
For the human traffic.
For the human traffic, the branding.
Experience.
Yes.
Okay. Because the visual perspective is different, right?
Very different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So the Brexit came and then the 5-figure shop opportunity.
And
Who took it in the end?
So nobody wanted it, right? So, as HQ, we say, we cannot have no faith lah.
So HQ take it.
We must believe in it, right? Our model is here to stay and so we say, let's go for it.
Okay.
So we took a step of faith.
Okay.
And it turns out to be the best shop.
Wow.
Even to now.
Best performing.
Best performing.
So out of the 79 outlets for KCuts now, how many are owned by HQ?
Okay. We are limited by manpower quota. So we have about 10 plus. The rest are all franchise.
So you were on a franchise model.
Yes. And my number one franchise partner, he has 9 KCuts shop.
Wow.
Yeah. And we have many that have 4, 3 and 2 outlets. Many.
So now people can still take the franchise.
Oh yes.
Can apply.
Can
still apply.
Yeah, but
I can apply also.
You can. I mean, if you find a good location, it's like you hit oil well lah.
Wow.
Yeah, right location means
also when you find a location, you offer to a franchise.
Yes, we do. Yeah, because we don't want to be seen like, a good location for ourselves, bad location.
See.
No. Our principle has always been
the first.
We offer down, the wait list of franchise partners.
If nobody want to take,
then we will take it.
I see. Interesting. So that was a turning point, and after that 2015 Brexit season, 2015 and 2019, how many were open?
Oh, it was very fast scaling because we then could go to the other malls, which only had one player, the existing player, right? And say, hey, that mall has now 3 quick cut. I'm sure your location can also have 2.
Okay. So with that testimonial, you went ahead.
Yeah, we went back. We went back to the malls quite regularly.
I see.
We go back to them every 1-2 months.
Build relationship.
To just sometimes we would say, hey, how about this shop?
Right.
It doesn't seem to be doing good business. Are they considering to renew their lease? Yeah, or are they looking to look for someone to exit?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we are proactive in that sense.
I see.
Yeah.
So 2015 to 2019 before COVID, right?
Yes.
How many more outlets?
Averagely every year we add 10.
Okay. Then all the way until now is 79.
Yes.
Wow.
Now a little bit slower because the good spaces are harder to come by. But the good news is the government is building more new estates and towns, right?
Okay.
I mean, so with those new developments, new shopping malls, new clusters, there will be new opportunities. But you just have to wait a while more.
So you are in 79 shopping malls now?
Malls and later on we went to open some HTB locations.
Right.
Not many, less than 10.
In the HDB shop house space?
Shop house space.
Right.
Yeah,
the older type lah.
Oh no, we don't go to the older type.
You went to the tender version?
That's right. We go for the tender version.
I see. Interesting. 2019 was the year you started all the other brands.
Not 2019. No, let me give you the chronological order, right? So we started KCuts in 2013. And then subsequently, we started the Korean salon, Apgujeong, right? It was very, very trending then. Reason because back then in 2014, not many local salons could do the Korean perms, right? Their techniques, the products they use are very unique back then, right? But over time, things have caught up. More local salons can do that skew, that perm, right? So we started that. And then after that, very immediately, we started Myeongdong. Myeongdong was to position ourselves different from Apgujeong because at Apgujeong, right, we have Korean stylists and that's the differentiating factor. And it's located in those grade A malls. Whereas Myeongdong, we say, we want to go for the mass, right? So we try and we locate ourselves in the HTB location at Bukit Panjang, Segai area. And then after that, we started a few other concepts like Hanbang. Hanbang was started in 2018. And then we started KCuts somewhere before that. KCuts went to another category. Yeah, so we have different brands for different category. Yeah, and also we want to position the salons a little bit differently because there are many good brands in terms of, the hair salon brands. Like for example, you have the well-known one, of course, will be like L'Oreal, the Newborns, the Mukotas, different Tokyo Ikaramis, the different brands. So we don't want one salon to be offering everything. It's very confusing in terms of the positioning, the pricing, and also to train the stylists to do all the brands. The treatments, it's too complicated for a particular, for one salon to do multiple brands, because they will be very confused, and then they will normally gravitate to a particular brand that they are very familiar with, that maybe give them a better commission, or or they like it themselves, then they will just keep recommending that brand. So we thought let's have different brands at different price point to serve different demographics.
And this kind of brand segmentation already started when you built the KCuts concept, because you already had a segment back then, and then you decided that there's other price point, other branding, other style that can sort of fulfill different hair category in a sense.
Yeah, that's right, to serve. Yeah.
Right. And where do you get this idea from? I mean, in terms of this business strategy, because sometimes business owners, once they have a successful business, for example, let's say if let's say example, you could have stopped at KCuts, right? But where do you learn this from, and how can other entrepreneurs also like learn this as well? Like look at the broad scope of the hair industry and then target different segments. I
mean, the Bible says, right, you sow your seeds, you do not know which one will bring you a harvest, right? So, I mean, we diversify a little bit. So, there's this two school of thoughts lah. So one school of thought is just focus on one brand and make it really, really big, right? The other school of thoughts is, you try a few things and then you see which one will do a lot better. Yeah.
What is the mindset when you try different market segment, like in terms of taking the risk, in terms of balancing like the mind space of a business owner, and also like for the investment approach on different brands? How do you prep yourself as the owner? Like how do you view risk? How do you view your time, energy, effort whenever you open a new brand, or how do you prepare yourself?
Thank God. I mean, I always talk about, the team matters, right? Yeah. So we have good people in the company, and they need to be given opportunity, space to grow, right? So when we establish new brands, that is the best opportunity to raise leaders. Yeah. So
do you believe in internal?
Yeah, definitely.
And not helicoptering people in?
We don't helicopter people in usually.
You always give your original people the opportunity.
Unless the current team does not have the skill set. Like when we started our barbering concept, as much as we ran, KCuts for many years, but there wasn't someone in the KCuts team in that space that could be the barber, figurehead and the skill to train the rest. So we had to look outside.
Right. And whenever, let's say, for example, like the barber that you need to helicopter or headhunt somebody in, or you rise up leaders from within to head a new brand, do you like follow the concept of like maybe offering them partial ownership or stuff like that, or like how do you incentivize them to lead a new brand? Okay, so normally, right, for us, right, we take care of people very well. There is also two school of thoughts. One school of thoughts talks about, giving ownership very early up front. The other school of thought is don't give them the share equity until they have proven themselves. So we actually subscribe to second school of thoughts. Why? Because it's always very easy to give, but very difficult to get back, right? And then after that, you get into a lot of unnecessary issues and conflicts, right? So what we do is that when we let rise up a leader, we will take care of the leader
in terms of the basic remuneration, so that it's very comfortable and stable.
Right.
Not too comfortable until there is no drive.
Right.
All right. But yet comfortable that he doesn't need to think too much about it.
Right. And you can focus to like expand.
That's right.
Right. And going back to the progression, right? Because while you are building out KCuts, and then you mentioned the initial 2 years, you only had less than 10.
Yes.
But then you start to really build that niche into other segments within the hair industry.
Yes.
When you were testing out different price point, different Korean concepts, what was the difficulty in doing that? Because it seems like gradually 2014, 15, 16, you started different brands as well.
Yes, that's right.
In the hair portion.
So in business, right, I think the main challenge is still, building the right team, getting the right people in, because you may bring in somebody that's seemingly suitable in this team, this concept, but when you launch them out to start a new location and then you bring on new people, the group dynamics is different again. Yeah, so the culture. So we had to in the earlier days, working with the Korean stylists is also us appreciating their culture, their style of communication. Yeah, very, very different from ours.
Okay.
So you have to be very understanding and patient. And then also help them and allow them the time to understand that you are, working alongside with them and not, against them. Yeah, that's right.
They're building something together.
That's right. Yeah, which is very important.
Right. What is like 3 important things when business owners wants to like do something like this? Example, building a new outlet with a new team, or building a new business arm with a new team. Especially like you mentioned, it's all new people. How do you build culture fast but consistent and let's say like there's longevity?
You need to have a very open communication with the team. Yeah, very, very open communication. And so let me help you understand, right? That even in building teams, right, different brands have different dynamics. So you cannot say that one particular dynamic is better than the other, because it's very much dependent on the brand itself. So you must appreciate that brand, that space. Yeah, but of course, values are the same regardless of the brands that you have. But what is different probably is the style of communication, the way you're going to do things may have to tweak accordingly. Yeah. And the people that you bring in, right? Let's say when we built Myeongdong, our demographics, our team, right? They are older in terms of aged compared to back then, the Apgujeong team. But of course, over 10 years, everyone have aged, including myself. But back then we were much younger, right? So when we talk to somebody who is experienced in their technical craft, the age gap is real, right? They are in their late 40s, early 50s. You need to show them a lot more respect and appreciate their suggestions and their craftsmanship. Right. So as much as sometimes they may be using the train of thoughts may be not very trending, because of where they come from, their experiences. You have to be patient to align them. Yeah. So like I say, right, your different teams, right? Because in Singapore, truth be told, we need to hire more Singaporeans in PR. Right? But at different brands, you have different dynamics. So Apgujeong, we tend to have a bit more vibrancy, more lively, right? And then more trending, right? Because if you put somebody who's much older, long time in the craft, and then you want to work with the Koreans, can also be a little bit challenging because both sides wants respect, right? Then who to respect each other? Right. I mean, you get my point? Yeah, so we had to
really build that level of empathy, but at the same time, how to align them.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Since we're on the topic of people, there's always this struggle on the ground.
Yes.
Maybe I set the context.
Sure.
A lot of business owners, so in business, I read from this book many years back, you always start, and a lot of business owners, they start as the craftsman. That means they are the technician in the business.
Thankfully, I'm not.
Yeah. So I'll give an example.
Okay.
Let's say somebody has been in the hair business and they started as a hairstylist.
They was open a salon.
Then they work for somebody. They were intern. They started by washing the hair. Intern, they rise through the ranks. Then they save up some money and open their own first salon.
Yes.
Right. So when I read from this book, a lot of business owners, they started as a technician. I started as a technician myself.
Okay.
In the sense that I was a realtor for 10, 12 years before I opened the creative agency arm and the brokerage business, right? So, people start as a technician, then they went to awkward teenager phase is usually the initial phases of starting a business and the transition from like a self-employed to a real business owner, but they struggle a lot during that phase. Maybe they have less than 10 people. Then once they go through that phase, they will hit the scalability portion before hitting like a company level. There's this very common dilemma on the ground, especially from business owners that started as a technician, is that they always worry that they will train up people who become their competitors. For example, let's say somebody started as a hairstylist, they open their first one, then they want to rise up leaders to open second, third, fourth, fifth salon, but they always say that, oh, I'm very worried that one day my senior hairstylist will go and open a shop opposite me and become my competitor. But then when I look at your context, it's like, okay, 3 accountants. You don't know how to cut hair.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't cut hair. I think you guys have like, you are masters of system scalability and you look at the numbers, you know how to work with people. How do owners that started as technicians break through this roadblock of not worrying about your people, your leaders becoming your competitors? Because truthfully in business, I mean like now in my business, we have a lot of leaders.
Yes.
We have 20 leaders in the media team. We have more than 20 over leaders in the sales team. And I always share with them that let's not call ourselves a family. Let's call ourselves a sports team.
That's right. Everybody
is here for a certain season. You grow the company grows you. There'll be one day you want to start something on your own and we will just bless you. We don't want that concept that you will be here forever because it doesn't create that kind of healthy relationship as a sports team. Yeah.
Sure.
So like how do you advise somebody like this to break through of that mindset?
Okay. I mean, it's good that, people within your organization want to start something on their own. Means, they have the drive. It means they have that entrepreneurial spirit. Sometimes that spirit, that drive is harder to get it, right? So then the question you have to ask yourself, right, is, can you do it internally? Yeah, work with them, and groom them. So I think, like what you mentioned, right? Let's say, for example, a hairstylist, somebody you call a technician, right? That is like very into their craft, opening up their own shop. I think tendency, right, is that they guard their customers very closely. Yeah, because they are very afraid to let go. Let's say my regulars, if I hire somebody, let's say if I hire person A to join the salon, are you prepared to let go of your regulars to let person A handle? Because one fine day, the customer may like the person A and person A may step out and do his own, open his own salon, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but I think that's when you are prepared to see that, Chinese has a saying, right? 钱赚不完啦.
The abundance mindset.
Yeah, that's right. So you just learn to grow, because if you don't have opportunity for people in your space, right, in your business to grow, that's when they feel stifled, and then that's where they want to go out and start something on their own. Yeah, so you have to have open communication.
Right. I see some salons is like,
yes,
the business still revolve around the boss.
That's how they run it.
Right.
Yeah.
And in your mind is that you had a few principles like 钱赚不完, abundance mindset, and then having that openness to allow your stylists to.
Yeah, in fact, we have stylists also who went out to open their own, and it's okay. We give them our blessing. Yeah, because 真的钱赚不完啦. I mean, I always believe, right? I mean, me and my partners, we don't need to earn a lot from one pot. We just take a little bit from the multiple brands and pots we have. It adds up, and we are contented. Yeah.
Right. And you have a very long-term kind of mindset.
Yeah, that's right.
And in the years from 2013 until now, when you were starting all the different brands, have you ever lost money?
Oh, yes, we did.
Have you ever closed a brand?
Yes, we did.
What was some of the
So one of the brand that we closed, right, was a Japanese brand called Aoyama. So what happened is that we went into a shopping mall. They were doing renovation to the mall. So they are trying to bring in new tenants. So Apgujeong has already confirmed a location there. And so after which, right, they came back to us, hey, we have another location. So this is sometimes they play on your fear, right? They are like, oh, FOMO, right? Fear of missing out, right? That if you don't have another brand, then we'll bring in something else, right? Okay. That will become your competitor as well, right? Okay. Yeah. So that was when we're like, okay, maybe, we have successfully launched the Korean concept, the Korean brands. Maybe you should try a Japanese one, right? And Japanese was also quite trending. So we went out to find from external a Japanese head who came in, started it. At one point we had 4 shops.
So it was a Japanese hair brand also?
Yes, it's called Aoyama.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we realized, it's quite popular, but it's extremely popular for haircuts. Haircuts, because the Japanese are good in their layering and their hair cutting, and they take a lot
guys.
For ladies as well.
For ladies as well, okay.
And they take a lot of pride, But unfortunately, being in the shopping mall, rent is very high, right? Just pure haircut and all stuff, not able.
No perming, no nothing.
Yeah, then it's very difficult to break even the rental, right?
I see.
Yeah.
What was the learning point from this 4 outlets that you eventually closed?
I would say all is not lost, because from the brand itself, we managed to attract new pool of stylists to join us, and many of the stylists are now in our other 3 salon brands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and leaders were also trained up from there.
That Japanese brand.
The Japanese brand.
Then you funnel them other opportunities.
Yeah. So not all lost. I mean, in terms of, the brand, couldn't sustain the rent asking because people are just coming in for haircuts primarily.
Right.
Yeah. And the Japanese take pride. So even though we didn't price ourselves very high in terms of haircut, because we want to make it very affordable for the masses. So if you go to a true blue Japanese salon right now in Singapore, sometimes they do charge much higher for a haircut. But back then we didn't price so high, but the demand came in for haircut. So it couldn't, the mathematics here add up lah.
I see. Which part of this season did you decide to cut the business?
Completely. So COVID. So we pivoted the Aoyama space to become Myeongdong's. Yeah.
Right.
So that was when, certain malls, we had Aoyama, we converted into a Myeongdong.
Okay.
And it's doing extremely well because Myeongdong pricing is very affordable. Yeah. I mean, and it appeals to the masses.
And it's scalable with add-ons and stuff.
Yeah. So right now we have 12 Myeongdongs.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
And it was then after the hair kind of concept season, then you started into the beauty season.
Actually it was
concurrent also.
Concurrent.
Right.
Yeah,
there was a brand that you shared with me that you pivoted also because the initial investment was quite heavy.
Not that. How we literally walked into the beauty space was that we were going to Korea very often then to look out for the latest trends, to meet people, and so we were in a hair and beauty show. And so we saw, in that show, right, we saw a beauty brand that caught our attention. All right. They have right now in Korea, more than 100 over locations. Very, very established. Many famous, celebrities all visit their brand. All right. And it's 100% owned by the boss. He doesn't franchise.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really amazing. Over there, they practice Chick-fil-A method. They close on Sunday. All their outlets.
Wow.
All their outlets. Okay. But their staff, every one of them, come back to HQ for training on Saturday evening. And they train all the way. They provide dinner. They come in at about 8. They train all the way until morning 6 o'clock. Yes. Saturday.
Overnight.
Yes. Every week. Then they go home and rest on Sunday.
Wow.
And they have been around for more than 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So we saw the brand. We went to visit the boss invited us. Long story short, when we visited the exhibition, the boss' daughter just came back from Australia. All right. She majored in fine arts and arts, right? So she could speak English very well. So her dad, a senior, couldn't speak English that well. So she was anchoring the exhibition then. So when we chat with her, talked to her that, oh wow, your concept is amazing. I mean, the fact that they have been around for so long, so many shops. So we were just trying to talk to their staff. Many of them can't speak very good English. So she came and talked to us. Then after that, we shared that, I think this brand will work very well in Singapore. So very shortly, we visited, on the same trip, their HQ, so impressed. They have their own building facing the Cheongdam River, the Han River. Yeah. And then we say, hey, we are very keen. So the daughter and the father, within like the next 2-3 months, right, flew into Singapore on their own expenses. They don't want to, don't want to be obligated.
Right.
So they flew in on their own expense, caught up with us, walk our different outlets, see what we are doing. All right. Thankfully, back then we had a Korean hair stylist, and her good friend, her best friend, works for him. Oh, such coincidence, right?
Wow.
And so he got when he met, my friend works for your outlet. So he went to chat with his staff and realized that we take care of people.
I see.
So with that, right, very shortly they say, okay, we will go along with you.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a good guy, very nice gentleman, but the CEO that was running the business is a lady, and she is very, very tough a person to work with.
Okay.
That's true, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So we had a franchise for 5 years. We pumped in a lot of PR. We did very well.
So you took the master franchise, right? For
master
Singapore.
franchise for Singapore, right? And we did very well, very profitable.
One outlet.
We had 3 outlets.
3 outlets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we did very, very well. But come 5 years, right? The CEO say, I think we want to do it ourselves.
In Singapore.
So they pay us a sum and ask us to step out.
Wow.
Yeah. This is something shocking. We don't do that to our franchise partners. So our franchise partners, some of them have been with us for 9 years,
10 years.
10 years. Yeah. We don't do that to people. We don't, right? Yeah. So when they say that to us, we felt, of course, a little bit disappointed.
Right.
But that also taught us something lah. But we made good money in the 5 years.
And they want to take over your existing location.
Yeah. So they pay us a sum and ask us to, because they have the rights. Because also one thing we learned, we didn't sign a much longer franchise period, right?
It was for 5 years.
For 5 years, right?
Because initially you also want to test out.
We based on trust lah. I
see.
think we are trusting. Yeah.
So the brand is still around.
The brand is still around.
Right.
It's still doing okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I read from one of your interviews or articles, you mentioned there was a brand before you pivoted to K Skin.
Yes, Hanbang.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but Hanbang is
It's ours.
okay.
Yeah.
There's one outlet.
One outlet right now
Right.
in Wheelock Place.
Okay.
Yeah, we are,
And-
God willing, our second one opening soon.
All right.
We actually had a second one.
Okay. Hanbang came after that experience.
Yes, that's right. So Hanbang, right, came actually somewhere near the tail end of the fifth.
master franchise.
I wouldn't say tail end, somewhere in the mid part. Because what the brand that we took from Korea, they don't offer facial.
Right.
What they are doing is face resizing. They can make your face smaller without surgery.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So in the end, you know that it is coming. They already start to talk to you to take over it.
Because in the process, right? I mean, the chairman is a very nice person.
Oh, but you had difficulty working with the...
The team had difficulty working with the CEO.
Okay.
She's very senior lah.
I see.
Yeah, 50 plus.
Okay.
Very, very
Okay.
very motivated.
Not easy
Very
person to work with.
very, very challenging. Because culture, right? Culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But with the original chairman, it's like gentleman agreement, very easy to work.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
I got
that's
it.
right.
So you started Hanbang like on the 5th year of that exit.
Not exactly. Somewhere in between, right?
Okay.
We
And-
started in 2018. We asked them for permission to start it as well, because we don't want to see that we are cannibalizing them.
Okay.
But we explained to them that Hanbang is going to do facial, nothing to do with what they are doing,
Right.
because over there they don't do what we are doing.
I see.
They don't do facial,
Okay.
at least back then.
Okay.
Now they do have a bit, but it's not their main business lah.
So Hanbang is it high end, mid end, or low end?
I would consider it a bit premium.
Premium.
A bit
And
premium.
I realize you like to segmentize your business, right? Like like entry level, mid range, high end. So Hanbang is like more premium version.
Yeah.
Right. And then what happened with the ideation of KCuts?
So like how we, move from James Barker to Clippers, right? So COVID came, but even before COVID came, right, we were hearing from the news report that many beauty salons, unfortunately, in the industry, hard sell. And customers are lodging a lot of reports, right?
Hard sell in terms of like packages?
Packages.
Okay.
Yeah, Hanbang is very friendly. We don't hard sell. Totally.
No package?
We do have, but very bite size. Our packages are like 3 sessions only.
Oh.
Yeah,
and
but
like no pushing and...
no.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas those hard sell salons, right, they will sell you and commit you for 10, 20, 30, 50 sessions. Yeah. And if you read the news report recently...
They closed down.
Recently, just yesterday, there was an article. Even there's a beauty concept reported to Case. It was in the news yesterday only, that they are hard selling. And from a particular customer, they even collected 37,000.
Wow.
And that's not the most. If you read news, right, you'll be surprised. Even some weight loss concept, they collect from a 80-over-year-old auntie, a few 100,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all in the news.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wanted like a non-salesy kind of style?
We want real experience, good skill, good products.
Okay.
I mean, we don't need the advance cash, right?
Okay.
Thank God, we don't roll the cash now.
Right. And share like what is KCuts about? What is the
so KCuts, right? So we wanted to do something that is express, because we recognize that people are very busy, and like my wife goes to both KCuts and Hanbang, right? So sometimes Hanbang can be also difficult to get appointments at the slot that you want.
Right.
All right. Of course, they have some slots, but it may not suit your
schedule.
best time, right? So we recognize that's one problem. And of course, as I shared earlier, the hard selling by other beauty salons. So we wanted to do something there is no packages. Yeah. So that was when we start working with the Korean companies, factories, their pharmacies, as well as our local pharmacists. We start creating products as well as solutions that can meet the needs in terms of the efficacy, effectiveness, and using the Korean technology to speed up the process without compromising the results and to achieve the good outcome. And so we tested over 200 candidates before we could say this works. Really. Why? Because, if your solutions are too strong, it may cause a sensitive reaction, right? So we need to find the right balance, right? Not too strong, but yet effective. So we had to keep doing it again, and we had to find many people, that we know, and also people from the streets to go through the testing. Okay. And I still remember there was a period in our conference meeting room, right? It became a research lab, in terms of
the products,
the testing, the treatments before we launched KCuts.
Okay.
Yeah. So until
you needed this, is it because KCuts is like on the USP is that it's very speedy?
Yeah, because people very hard to go for very long facial.
How long is one treatment as KCuts?
Oh, as fast as 15 minutes.
Right, and you don't have to book appointment.
No need.
You just walk in.
Walk in. But right now, the main challenge is on weekends and evening, right? Even though it's 15 minutes, the gripe is I have to wait hours for that 15 minutes.
Oh, so they walk there. They have a queue system also.
They have a queue system.
There's an app also.
App akan datang, coming soon.
Oh, so they go there, just press a button
and buy the ticket,
and then queue up or wait for the SMS
and queue up.
Oh, okay, a bit like KCuts lah.
KCuts has an app.
Okay, but this one no app yet.
Coming soon.
Okay.
Coming soon. Work in progress. Because we're integrating AI into the app, so it does take a bit more time and effort to develop it.
Right. Yeah. So is this independently owned? KCuts?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, that means your own brand.
Our own brand, yeah.
Okay.
And then we are also working with the local government agencies like A-Stars on different projects.
How many outlets at this point?
Currently, KCuts in Singapore, we have more than 60. In Malaysia, we have 18.
Right.
In Philippines, we have 15.
Right.
And in USA, we have 1. And currently, we are in talks with 4 more other countries.
Right.
That will be most likely opening up next year.
Okay.
Yeah, exciting.
So Bernard, with like the experience of over 200 outlets, what is the art of choosing a space in a mall? What do you look out for?
Wow. I mean, of course, everyone will tell you it's the best prime location, right? But you then also have to balance it with the asking rental. So it's still quite an art, right? It's like imagine, right, the durian seller, right? As much as you are very familiar with all types of durian, but there's still moments where you smell a durian, you think it's good, right? And you open up, it's not so good inside. Yeah. So it's some hit and misses.
Okay.
Yeah, but from that experience you learn. And just share with you, right? Our number one franchise partner, which has 9 KCuts shop, he has 6 K-Skin and 3 clippers. So beside KCuts, he also owns both clippers as well as K-Skin.
So he's got 18 in total.
18.
Right.
Yeah, if you add up, yeah.
Right.
In fact, his first 2 shop, right, didn't work out. Yeah. His first shop was at the mall beside IKEA, Alexandra Central. Yeah. It didn't work out for him.
Right.
And the second location was a mall in Clementi, a smaller mall in Clementi. It didn't work out for him as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because after the first term, the landlord raised the rent significantly.
Okay.
Yeah, but that he didn't give up. In fact, he took that learning and went on to find better locations together with us.
Right.
Yeah. And
What
we
is
thank
your
him for his faith, and now he's doing extremely well.
18. Yeah, it's amazing. What is your top 3 non-negotiables when choosing a location? A
Sometimes we can't choose, Melvin. It's the mall choose you. Let's get it right. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
And you just have to bite the bullet and
Either
try.
you say no or you wait lah.
Okay.
You wait lah. So sometimes when the location offered to you is it's not ideal, be it in terms of the rent asking or be it in terms of the location within location itself, you just say sorry, this one not that suitable lah. We wait.
How do you advise also your franchise owners, right? Your franchise partners, or maybe somebody that's also in the retail business? How do you calculate numbers? Once you take the space, of course, in terms of numbers, you have to calculate projection or break even, your investment for the renovation, all that. Usually, do you have a mathematical formula?
We have because renovation is more or less about there, right? And the rest of the setup cost is about there. Then the variable very much will be the rental itself. Yeah, so we don't force franchise partners on our wait list to accept any location. So what happened is that we will offer them the location. It's up to them to say yes or no. Yeah, we never compel anyone to take up a location because it's your faith as well. Yeah, so when things don't work, I think we both have understanding that you thought that place was also good. Yeah.
How about, let's say, a young entrepreneur that is starting out their first 2 to 3 outlets? Sometimes just because they want to start it, and at the chance of having an opportunity at a mall, they might take a space that the renter doesn't make sense. Do you have advice for them, how to calculate the numbers? Within 12 months, you have to break even, or usually what is the rule of thumb for success formulas?
Okay.
Or there are no success.
Truth be told, if you can break even within the 2 years, right? I think that's good lah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
12 months, yes. Some locations for ours, some concepts within 12 months break even and doing extremely well. But generally, 18 months to 24 months
is okay really.
Is
you should be happy.
Based on the rental asking right now in Singapore.
Right.
18 months to 24 months.
Okay.
And then, you be a good tenant, and then you get to enjoy the renewal of the next 3 years. So you enjoy the profit upside of, 4 years.
Right.
And then subsequently, hoping that they will renew as well. And then your capex very minimal. Yeah, because for our concept, very little changes needed. Yeah, as long as you keep it, maintain it well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the rule of thumb is to really ride out for the first 2 years. And
2 years. Yeah.
after that, they'll start to see profit.
Depending on the industry you're in.
Right.
Some industry never see the light.
So recently there's been news on there's a lot of coverage on F&B.
F&B is challenging.
Suffering in Singapore. Yes. You also own a few F&B.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. In fact, when you brought me to eat the bak kut teh, I didn't even know it's owned by you.
Oh, thank you for your support. That has been around since 2014 till now.
Right.
11 years.
Yeah, it's perhaps like some of the things that I've been eating are all owned by you.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
so, what is your viewpoint on this like latest topic, like F&B? Is it really tough, like manpower and all? And just like you mentioned, one very important point is that the rationale you chose to fulfill your 4 factors, right? Cash, profit, scalability, and trend for the hair and beauty industry. And just like you mentioned, one point is that you feel that F&B sometimes it can be very chef dependent, right? What is your viewpoint on this?
Yes and no. I mean, now there are central kitchens, right? Many people are, using central kitchens to try to manage the labor side of things. So, but honestly, right, it's pretty difficult. In terms of the F&B space. Of course, there are winners. In every industry, right, there will be the winners. So it's very obvious in the F&B space, right? Some of the kiosks concept that you see out there are doing very well. You just open your eyes, you look for queues. Queue, right?
Right.
Yeah, but are you able then to execute the same business as well as them is the challenge lah. Because one of my children's favorite, it's a Japanese yakitori concept that always has a queue. I'm sure you know the brand. But if you really look at them, right, I also don't know. The main challenge is how do they get the laborers to work in such hot environment, hot and oily and smoky environment.
Right.
In my simple understanding of mine, I don't think many Singaporeans and PR would do it.
Yeah.
And then if you multiply by the number of outlets they have, I do not know how to solve that equation. So I mean so sometimes you do see the business, but it's just beyond, that how you say that you don't understand how to do it.
Right. And you'd rather not touch it.
Rather not touch it.
Okay. Because manpower is the top 3 things on your mind.
Manpower is the most important, right? Because if your team is not well formed, it's not going to be able to build the building, the structure.
Right. And your current F&B holdings, are there, you open the F&B, is it more for interest, passion, or you? Oh,
it was a pivot actually. So how we went into the Bak Kut Teh and the Kolomi, right? The one at Fusionopolis. Long story short, so before that, you remember we were in the print advertising and exhibition event space, right? So we also had digital marketing. And back then, digital marketing, right, was very much email marketing and SMS marketing. It's not like digital marketing now where you talk about social media, SEO, SEM, it was very much then, in the early 2000s and
the print era.
The print era, right? Email and SMS.
Right.
Yeah. I think a lot of property agents also, buy our systems to do broadcasts. And to do reminders and stuff like that.
Yes.
So we were doing well. But it was also around the same period where the government was talking about the PDPA. So we had a partner, we have a partner, and together we were concerned whether the PDPA would affect the business. So he has passion in F&B. And so that was when, we spoke to him, we sat down and we decided on Bak Kut Teh lah. Because he has a family recipe and...
so it was also like to just partner and support somebody.
The partner was already with us.
Okay.
But we were wanting to pivot.
I see. To just try out. Okay. But the main focus... you will still be definitely beauty and
the hair and beauty. We are growing the third vertical lah.
Okay. What is the third vertical?
We'll let you know when we launch.
So, like in terms of usually business vision and forecast.
Yes.
Where do you learn all this from? Do you have actual business mentors? Do you read from books? And what is your go-to source for inspiration and vision? Or like how do you like manage this portion?
I think we are blessed. We have business mentors from church. They are in various industries. So, when we were very young, starting our business, we could turn to them and just, they become a sounding board for us to just share our ideas. And then we hear from them. Yeah. So we hear from different ones. And then after that, we still have to make our own decision, right? Yeah. So thank God for them. And books, definitely. I enjoy reading. Yeah, I enjoy reading. And I read a lot of books. And right now, actually, recently, someone introduced me to Notebook LM. Not sure if you heard about it, right?
Yes.
It's really good because you could download and pay for an ebook, put it into the Notebook LM, and then it become a podcast for you. So it save you a lot of time.
Right.
Yeah, but I realized that, the podcast doesn't give you the full version.
It's usually very short.
Very truncated, right?
Yes.
So if you want a real meat, you still have to go and read the books.
Right. What are some of your favorite books that have transformed your life or you are reading now?
Oh, okay. In the past, definitely. I would recommend, startup entrepreneurs or even aspiring entrepreneurs to read E-Myth. Yeah, because that's where I think your idea of the technician, the manager, and the entrepreneurial comes from, right? About creating system, building system. I think that's very a good book. Yeah, I mean, there are different versions of it. Just read the main one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, other books, for example, like, The Measure of Thinking Big. I think the mindset shift is very important because myself and my partners, we don't come from privileged families. Average family. We come from average family. So, must have the belief that we can do it, with God's help, definitely. So The Measure of Thinking Big is a good book. I would recommend. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. One Thing is also very good. If you talk about, long tail, Chris Anderson, I think he also gives you perspective on, niches and space. And so these are the books that you can read at the start.
Right.
Right now, recently, I'm reading this book. It's called Ready, Fire, Aim. Yeah, it's by Michael Masterson. So what this book is, how do you scale your business to the 100M target revenue? Yeah. So where we are right now in the midpoint by God's grace.
Right.
Then the challenge is how to go to 100, right?
Right.
So God willing, our third vertical, and together with our existing hair and beauty vertical, I think we should be able to go towards it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And congratulations on your success, right? It's from 2013 all the way until now.
By God's grace, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, like with your partners, I've met all your partners.
Yes, that's right.
Over a meal. It's like the level of understanding, I can feel the energy is like so collaborative, so understanding and so strong. So maybe like one final question is like, what is your advice when it comes to business partnership also? Right? Like many entrepreneurs, they started with partnerships.
That's right.
Yeah. What is one secret ingredient that you have learned over the years to have this partnership with the three of you for so many years?
I think definitely the God factor. Yeah, I mean, our same faith, our same values, it does anchor us. Yeah. And very importantly also, I believe in very open communication. I think that's important because relationship breaks down when communication becomes filled with expectation that is unspoken. I think that's not healthy. Yeah. So, and because we're always very much together.
How often do you meet?
Like 4 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we are in office together. We'll walk the ground together. We have lunch almost all the time together on days that we are back in office.
So you have your own rhythms.
We have our own rhythms. We're very close, we meet partners, meet different ones together as well. Yeah.
Right. And in terms of like the vision for the next like maybe 5 years, is to, like you mentioned, the latest book that you just read, right? Ready, Fire, Aim, is to hit 100 million. What is the grand picture? Like what do you hope to create in terms of like a legacy or like impact and like?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it's more than just a number. It's, 100M is just a number with a goal, right? But, it's not the number that we are fixated on. It's more like a process, right? Enjoy the process. I think we are very happy when we are able to create jobs, create opportunities for our current stakeholders. I think that excites us. Yeah, even more than just a number. The number will come when you get all your processes right.
Right. The satisfaction that you created so much value for all your employees as well. In total, like how many employees now? Out of the
200 plus.
200 plus. Over 200 over outlets.
So that not counting my franchise partners' employees.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's just from a HQ level.
HQ level, 200 plus, closing 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Including your franchise partners' employees?
I never count. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because the franchise part constitute a bigger part of, the brand and the groups.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Bernard.
Thank
Thanks for
you,
your time.
Melvin.
It's been so wonderful. I
Happy
learned
to
so
share.
much. Yeah. And I believe our audience will learn even more tremendous amount as well by listening to this podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
All right.
God bless.
All the best.
Thank you.
God bless.